friends. Welcome back to another episode of Beyond The Vowz. It's your girl, LaFlower Bowie, and I am so excited that you have decided to join us on tonight's episode. Guys, we have just wrapped up an amazing series of talking about addiction and marriage. So if you missed that series, definitely go back on our YouTube channel, all of our podcast platforms, and check out that series. We shared some really great information. But if it is your first time tuning into Beyond The Vowz, again, it's your girl, LaFlower Bowie, and I'm missing my favorite guy tonight, but it's cool. He's taking care of some business for the family. I'm going to hold it down, and I got some awesome special guests who'll be joining us shortly. But here on Beyond The Vowz, we focus on just really the four pillars that have really helped our marriage and relationships sustain individually and together, and that's faith, family, fitness, and finance. If you have your F's in order, if you have your stuff in order, you would definitely be set up for success, guys. And so definitely like, subscribe, share. I'm actually about to share the broadcast like right now. So grab your phone, guys. Tonight we are going to be talking about love and respect. Love and respect. So if you know anybody in a relationship, definitely share this broadcast. If you know anyone that's thinking about getting married or already married, and you know, love and respect are two of the most vital things, because women need something out of the marriage and men need something out of the marriage, right? So definitely share this broadcast tonight. Like I said, I am sharing right now. I'm sharing. It only takes a moment, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe, because we tell you the real deal, right? We talk about those topics that a lot of people don't want to talk about. And that's what those are things that really allowed me and my amazing husband to be able to almost come up on 10 years of marriage. Our 10-year anniversary is coming up in 2022. It's going to be amazing. So definitely, and we just like sharing some of the stuff that we've been through, okay? Let's see. Here we go. Love and respect. I'm sharing this, and I hope that you guys have shared as well. Also, let us know where you are tuning in from. What city and state do you represent? You know, we represent the H. We love the H. We love Texas, y'all. And that's what we rep. So I just shared the broadcast. I hope that you do too. You can also go to www.stunnerradio.com to catch us on there as well. We at Stunner Radio is aware, we go live. We rock it out, with Stunner Radio, guys. And so I'm going to go ahead and bring on my phenomenal guests tonight. They are flat out amazing. They are family. This is one of my favoriteest couples in the whole wide world. He is an amazing chef. If y'all have not checked out Serving Traditions or had any of Chef Jay's food, you're missing out. We're going to actually be enjoying some of his recipes that are upcoming women's retreat for Uncommon Faith next month. So I'm super excited. He is a father. He is just really, really awesome, guys. And then his phenomenal wife, that's my girl, Sister Deandra, as I like to call her. She is an actor, guys. She's just a beauty inside and out. They have 3 amazing children together, and they are just a phenomenal couple who really have some awesome wisdom to share. So again, if you have not shared this broadcast, share this broadcast with somebody, because we're going to help some people tonight, and we're going to have fun while we're doing it. All right. Where y'all at? There y'all go. How y'all doing, people? Can y'all hear me okay?
Hey, we can hear you.
All right. The Scotts are in the building. Welcome back to the show. If you guys missed the first time that the Scotts were on the show, definitely, I should have brought up which episode that was, but I may put it in the comments, guys. Go back and check out that episode with the Scotts on there earlier this year. But how you good people doing? Looking good. How y'all doing on a Sunday night?
Wonderful. Glad to be here. Thanks for having us, Flower.
Awesome. Thank you guys for joining me. Sister Deandra, how you doing? You good?
Oh yeah, we're doing great. This is a great season. The holidays are always a good time, a good feeling. So things are good. Thank you. And what an introduction, sister. We appreciate
gotta-
it. You had us over here grinning. We were like,
Yes, it's so true. It's so true. You guys are beautiful. But oh my gosh, guys, I forgot to tell the people what I'm drinking tonight. So tonight, I am drinking one of the drinks that I love. I don't talk about it enough, but I'm drinking some kombucha, however you want to say it. I love it, guys. It really helps balance your body. It gives some of those good probiotics in there, and it tastes pretty yummy to me. I like it. It's like it's a different taste. And tonight I have I like this Synergy brand, the GT Synergy, and it's the guava goodness. I don't know if y'all can see it all right.
oh, yeah. Yeah. I see those all the time. Those are good.
They are so. I love the ginger because you guys know I love ginger. I love the ginger one. I love the strawberry one, and tonight I'm doing the guava because it didn't have as much sugar as I thought it would. So definitely check this out. It definitely helps revitalize your body, putting those good probiotics in it. Almost like eating yogurt, right? But it's like in a drink, and it's just super yummy, and it just helps, with your digestive system, all types of stuff. So no wine tonight, because I am preparing to go into the fast and all of this stuff, getting prepared mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And, God is just doing some amazing, amazing things. So I'm like, all right, I guess it's time for me to, shift and get back. But yeah, so that's what I'm drinking tonight. What y'all got over there?
Got some agua. We drinking on some water.
Oh, man, I love it. It looks good.
Water.
It looks
No,
amazing.
but we totally feel you. Like we just recently were a little under the weather, so we're just replenishing, getting things back, together. We're now we know we have the opportunity to continue to put like really good things in our bodies and just I'm like, what you want to drink, babe? And it's like some water. I'm like, look, I'm gonna drink
Yes,
some
I love it.
So yeah, we're gonna drinking on some water tonight. What are you looking at, LaFlower?
It's the beverage of champions.
I went out, y'all.
Oh, you froze. Okay. You look different.
Yeah,
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Bananas. It's good bananas. Like the internet's been tripping all week, but we're not gonna let that stop us. We still gonna do what we do.
Oh yeah.
And keep it moving. But yeah, I just chugged down some of my my alkaline water from the water place we were talking about on Uncommon Faith.
Oh,
and then I got me some kombucha. So I am ready to have a phenomenal show tonight. Now, guys, I know that we just wrapped up a series on addiction and marriage and things like that. And we were touched on the devotions that Marcus and I have been doing. So do you guys mind sharing like how you guys doing those devotionals together? How that impacted your marriage?
You want to go first?
Yeah.
Or I'll go first. Well,
hold on. First, whose idea was it?
I think we collectively was like, because we do it on the Bible app.
Uh-huh.
So I believe like we collectively was like, and to be honest, total transparency, we were coming through a storm. We were like at the end of a really intense storm in our marriage. And, we were definitely, we had parted for sure. So coming back together, getting things back together and putting God first and making him, back the main foundation of our marriage was so very important. And it kept us from getting divorced. We were on the verge of it, but, by the time we got to the point to say, hey, before we do, let's get back to those fundamentals to see if we can still, ride this thing out. So I can say those devotionals saved us in so many ways. And I would say if you're in a marriage, a relationship, the Bible even has self-devotionals that hold you accountable daily. And God, I know we were restored from it. What about you, honey?
Yeah, it was an amazing amazing activity to go through to learn about God and God's plan for marriage and the proper way to go about it. Um, it was such a blessing. You don't learn you don't learn anything in school without studying. So we had to apply those same things to our marriage, and we had to study a little bit, and now we're actively applying those things to the marriage.
That's really good. That's really good because you brought up something that's so vital, Justin. It's like because we learn so much stuff, but it's really about applying the knowledge, right? Because we say, knowledge is power, but it's really that applied knowledge is the power. Because we can get all the knowledge, we can soak everything up, we can know all the scripts, we can know all the formulas for school, we can know all the things that happen in history. But if we don't apply the knowledge that we learn, apply the things, then it's pointless, right? I know for me and Marcus, it was really because everybody's journey with God is so sacred. I think it's sacred individually, and to really just open yourself up to your spouse with your spiritual journey, that's really just sacred time. And I don't take that lightly when my husband worships with me and prays with me, or even goes over scriptures with me, because it's an individual relationship. It's great when we can come together, but he can be like, no, this is my private. But how did it make you guys feel to be able to share, some of your revelations and things or understanding of scripture as you were going through those devotionals together?
I would say at the end of these devotionals, you have to put your private thoughts and what you thought of it, and what you got from it. And so as a spouse, because at first his answers are so intricate and deep and in detail, and I'm like,
right?
I was like, I gotta take my answers better, He bringing references throughout the entire devotional, and I was like, okay, wow, this is what he got from that, and just able to see, what they got from it, how they were blessed from it, and if it was something that I felt like really touched me, that I felt like he might have needed to know, I would say, because it would really show you what they got from it. Right. And if it was something else, you're able to open up and be like, hey, did you read this part too? This part really touched me in this way, and I see that part too.
That's where the magic happens. I think the connection, is when you're able to actually see what your partner got from the lesson, and then you can compare that to yourself, and you can say, hey, hold up, let's try this.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's what it is. That's one of the things I was like, man, this is so beautiful. Because like Deandra says, like Marcus would write these little mini paragraphs. So I'm like, let me just come correct and let me go back and pray and dig a little deeper, because I'm not going deep enough.
Right.
It really put a smile on my heart. It put a smile on my, it just really just made me shine and smile within, to know how serious, he takes his relationship. And same with Justin. It's like it's nothing to play with, but to just almost be vulnerable, and really share, because at the end of those daily, it's like, what is God sharing with you? Like, what do you think God is telling you about what's going on? And it's just, and a lot of times your answers will align. It's just, he's, it's just maybe, coming from his point of view, or, the woman's point of view, but it's just really beautiful. So I encourage any couples out there, if you haven't done any devotionals together, definitely try it. And there's so many apps out there, guys. There's regular paper devotional, book devotionals, but the Bible app is really cool. And how you can do it. And you don't have to do it as a couple. You can just the two of you can invite as many people as you want.
Yes.
To the devotional. I know for our upcoming fast, I'm going to be inviting everyone that's a part of the 21-day fast to, one of the plans on there. And I think it's going to be really cool to see everybody go through it together. Now, Justin and D'Angelo, do you guys have, was there one devotional that really sticks out that you guys want to share with, with everybody?
That's a great one.
Well, like I said earlier, we were pinpointing a lot on saving a marriage and
rebuilding.
what it restoring a marriage, restoring self to be able to understand what's going on in your marriage. So and then we were doing things separately, but like as far as together, a lot of it was like bringing us back together. One of them I think was like the first time, like taking you back to the beginning, like when you fall in love and then you're able to say, well, God, so much has happened. And, for us, it's been like 16 years. So we was like, oh my God, does the good outweigh the bad? Yes. So what can I do to truly forgive, truly move forward, and truly, fall back in love again? So, and I could say like, it was just God. It was just, all of them were amazing. That's why it's like, I can't like think of, but I guess that one, the first time, I think like just taking you back to the beginning, I think that was good, because we get to be reminded life is so rough and crazy. You're not able to be reminded to say, wait, stop, take a deep breath. And I know you're angry, but let's just, and then it gives you such good ideas to keep it going. And I encourage anyone, like it for self and marriage, it was very, very helpful.
For me, I believe it was the passages about us being in a covenant, and that no man can break this up. This is something God brought together, and learning that helped me understand our relationship and why it's not so easy to get away from this. But it's because God has brought us together, and I've learned a lot. Learned to cherish that and appreciate that, and the devotionals definitely helped me appreciate that.
Wow, that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Going back and remembering, because you're right. Sometimes it's like we can be so focused on the current storm that we're in that we don't think about all the storms that we came out of together, that we made it through together, right? We don't, we forget about, those crazy times, those hard times, just all of that stuff, because we so focused on this little storm right now, and 4 or 5 years or even 6 months down the line, we're gonna look back and be like, man, that was gonna break us apart. Like just that was gonna break this covenant apart. That, like, we was gonna let that tear us apart. I know that's that when me and Marcus were on one of the times when we was ready to throw in the towel. I look back and I'm like, you literally don't even remember what you argue about sometimes. When you're just in, you realize that when you're fighting your spouse, or when you're going against your spouse, you're actually going against God and your spouse, because you're the one that's trying to break that covenant, trying to break that relationship. And I think that if we put as much focus as we do in trying to break us apart as us staying together, a lot of marriages would, they would stick and stay, because we so focused on what they doing instead of, okay, let me turn the mirror on me. And that's what I want to transition to. So we're getting ready to jump into another series next week, and we're going to be going through our Love and Respect workbook. And if you guys haven't read the Love and Respect series, it's really, really good. It really focuses on scripture that says, husbands love your wives as Christ loves the church, right? And wives, really, we should honor and respect our husbands. And in here, in the book, it talks about I want to say, I forgot what the ratio is, but really it starts off just talking about, is love all you need? Right. And I think that most of us, and you guys let me know, when you guys were going into your relationship, did you think that, oh, love and good sex was all you needed to make that thing last? I know, for most of us, it's like, I care about, I'm rocking with you, you rocking with me, we have a good time together, we vibing, so we're gonna last forever. But how were you guys when you first, because I know you guys have been together for 16 years, so you guys, I think it's fair to say you guys were pretty young when you guys started out. So did you guys have that mindset going in, like, we vibing good, so we're gonna make this thing last?
How you feel? I mean, any relationship, in the beginning, especially if you think that person is looking good, you're gonna be all over them,
Right.
And then, I guess they say, like, when the honeymoon stage is over, and then it goes deeper, and you realize, like, this is why you're supposed to date and not cross that line until you get to a certain point, because it all just gets so deep, and then, like, and if they're not your spouse or the right person, then you're acquiring a soul tie, and then it just goes deeper and deeper and deeper. But we were inseparable, and that. Like, we just was like glued to each other, and we just did everything together. I was 18. I was really young, and I was just in love. And did I think we were gonna have issues and problems? No. Did I think it was gonna be peaches and berries and cream? But I can say this. I feel like we've lasted as long as we did because from the beginning, we've ultimately both wanted the same thing. We both, like, had the same goals. And we really just genuinely like being around each other. And, just how it felt. It felt right. So, we didn't really think about, when the bad times are gonna come, because it feels so right. So that's when God has to be that foundation, because when the devil does come, the enemy comes to attack you, you gotta be strong in that area too. Exactly. And it's not just roses and flowers anymore. It's not just so pretty anymore. You have to go through a storm. And do you have a raincoat? Do you have God? Do you have something to keep you dry, through that storm?
All of those storms, right? Yeah. Right. What about you, Jay? When you first started, did you have the mindset, hey, love is all we need?
I don't know if I had that mindset, but I knew that there was something. There was something that I liked, and that I did see a future with this woman, and it's been a blessing to be able to keep that thing going. So I'm just happy to be with her.
Oh, I love how Jay like all up in your mix tonight. I love it. I knew it was something about this woman. I love it, Jay. Husbands, y'all better take notes. Y'all better be talking and looking at your. I love it. You gotta go. That's my brother-in-law, y'all. That's my brother. Forget the in-law. That's my brother, y'all. Y'all better learn some game. 16 years in the game. Y'all better learn. But y'all, the book says, or the author of the series goes on to say that 5 out of 10 marriages are ending in divorce because love alone is not enough. Mm-hmm. And I think that we can agree with that, right?
Yes.
So it says love is vital for the wife, but we have missed that husbands need the respect. I'm gonna say that one more time. So love is vital for the wife, but we have missed, and I think this is culturally we've missed this thing. We've been talking about a lot of this masculine energy that a lot of women are carrying. right?
Yes.
I think this contributes to us not respecting our husbands as much as we can, we can do a better job respecting our husbands. And it says, well, I'll just tell you guys about me. So, when Marcus and I first got together, this was my second marriage. I've been engaged, married, all of that, divorced. And, I was really about my business. Like, I've been hustling since, I could hustle. Because, I was a mother at a very young age and I had to go get it. Like, and I knew that and my dad was killed when I was 17. So I didn't have a daddy to call, or, my mom was a widow, she was a school teacher, all that. Y'all know she wasn't making bank and she still had my little brother to take care of. So I had to go get it. Right. And so I didn't come into my marriage wanting to disrespect my husband, but I realized that I had to, he would tell me, you want the pants, so just wear the damn pants. Like, just wear the pants. I'm like, I don't want the pants. He's like, but you keep putting them on. And I was like, what? I don't want them.
Boy, go God.
He's like, you don't need me. And I was like, what you mean I don't need you? He's like, you can have great, you can go get busy with anybody. Like, but you don't need a husband. You don't need a husband. You may want a husband, but you don't act like you have. You don't act like it. He's like, because any man,
that's big.
Right. He's like, because Flower, you already got this whole house on lock. Like, you could, it's like you running the whole corporation by yourself and say any man can just come in and plug and play because you don't need him and you don't show that you want him around. And I didn't realize that because I was a young mom. My daddy was killed when I was 17. I had, a failed engagement, a failed marriage. And so I was on not just some survival stuff for me and my kids because I was a single mom of 3 at that point. And I think a lot of moms go into the marriages, a lot of these blended families, and we think that we're stepping into the position of being a wife, but we're not. It's like we put ourselves in the position of, I got this all under control over here, just give me the money to help make all this work. But you guys knew me. You guys know me back then. So, and you guys probably saw stuff that I didn't see. Like, I carried a lot of masculine energy and I didn't even realize that I was carrying it, because I'm thinking I'm just doing it for my children, but I almost ruined my marriage because I was steady trying to, be the man in the relationship. So what do you guys think when back in those days when y'all saw me shucking, driving, doing working all those crazy hours? It was bananas.
I admire you, sister.
I just saw a woman who would not let her children go hungry. It's just something that you had to do. Now, what you did beautifully was eventually understand that what you were doing when he did call you out about it, because I feel like that's the problem, because it's a lot of women, single mothers who are out there doing their thing, holding down their households, paying all the bills, doing what they got to do, and then when they meet that man, and he says, hey, either wear the pants, take them off, let me keep my pants on, or blase blah. And I feel like they spaz out. They get disrespectful. They they try to demasculate him, trying to prove that they're not in that masculine energy because, and then that's when you hurt yourself, is because he's telling you, look, I love you, but you're doing too much. If you would transfer that energy, like, I'm here to help the household, I'm here to pay these bills, I'm here to take that stress off of you, so you can keep the kids together. Do what you need to do for them. Do what you need to do for the household. And, just be that feminine energy that I want around. So I would say, even though you were a go-getter, even though, you had to do those things to survive, you were still able to understand that when God gave you your king, you were able to become feminine again. You were able to stop stressing, and you were able to just be a woman again, because the pure resilience and strength of single mothers is so amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing that a mother will not let their child go down just because the male has left the home or been put in jail or shot by the police if they Black, but or taken away from their family. You just by being Black, we have so much that is against our men already.
Right.
That, we as Black women have to be a little bit more understanding. We might have to be a little bit more feminine.
That's good.
We might have to be, because they're already tested so much out in the world. Their masculinity, their manhood, their, it's all tested as a Black man. So when they come home, they really should feel like a king. They really should, because the world is against them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Sure.
Marcus used to tell me, don't be my mama, and that used to trigger me. I'm like, I'm not trying to be your, I don't want to be your mama. I really don't. And so, but I really had to understand, what was he saying underneath that? What was the meaning behind that? Or what was I doing him to trigger for him to think that I'm acting like your mama versus your helpmate versus your wife? We will be right back. We got to take a very quick break. Guys. We're rocking it out with the Scotts tonight. We're talking about, is love all you need in a relationship? Or do we need to bring some more respect to our men to help save some of these marriages? All right, guys, we'll be right back.
Life is better when you are living on purpose, but many times we get stuck in the rat race and in the mundane task of our day-to-day lives, causing most to lose sight of their purpose. That's why certified life coach, inner healer, and business strategist LaFlower Bowie is here to help you get calibrated to your calling through proven systems, techniques, and resources. Order a copy of her book, Principles to Reposition, to assist you with your journey, or schedule a free clarity session to kickstart the journey. After these sessions, clients have stated they found clarity and opened their eyes to things they had long forgotten. So get social and follow LaFlower on all social media platforms at LaFlower Bowie. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you. Are you looking for the perfect gift this holiday season? Great, I have something just for you. It's the Stunner Radio Holiday Gift Guide with amazing products from Black-owned, woman-owned, and veteran-owned businesses. We've curated an amazing list just for you. So visit www.stunnerradio.com/holiday gift guide to check it out. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Beyond The Vowz. Definitely go check out that Stunner Radio gift guide. I checked it out the other day. There's some awesome things in there from some of our great shows, definitely entrepreneurial. We have some uncommon faith stuff in there. So guys, definitely go check out Stunner Radio Holiday Gift Guide. All right, guys. So tonight we're talking about love and respect, because in our marriages, because we're getting ready to start a new series. And so I want to dig more into the respect. Like, I just shared a little bit of my testimony on how I really, really, really struggled with honoring my husband and respecting him the way that he needed to. Because we all have different love languages, right? My love language is like words of affirmation. My husband's love language is gifts. It's gifts. It's gifts. And we struggled in our relationship because I would always give him like attaboys. I would always tell him how awesome he is, how handsome he is, like all of this stuff. And he's always bringing me gifts. Like, I'm like, I don't want this. I don't want. And he's like, I know I look like, I know. And we struggled because we were trying to love each other the way that we wanted to be loved, instead of pausing and looking at our spouse and hearing them, and me hearing him say, this is, acts of service and love, and acts of services and gifts is one of the things that I need. And him hearing me saying, I need those words of confirmation. I need those words of affirmation. So we really hit a turning point when we really understood each other's love language. How about you guys?
Babe.
Well, me and Deandra were opposites.
Because we've been
similar
on this topic, so that's why I'm making him answer first.
So we definitely both have different love languages, and it is an amazing journey to take your time out to figure that out for the other one, and it's very fun and exciting, especially when it works. When when they talk back, So,
right.
So take your time out to know your partner and know their signs and things like that, and it definitely plays a big part in the love language and the way they receive and give love.
Exactly. So Justin, we gotta ask, what is your love language?
I have a few. Cooking is one of my love languages. I'm giving her plates.
He stuffs me on. He does, but
well, we know your girl loves it. She loves it.
But it's beautiful because he's like, I just want you to be full. His theory is if your belly full, you gonna be.
You ain't going nowhere.
You ain't gotta stress. You ain't gonna have no anxiety. You shouldn't be worried about nothing if your belly is full. So
I love it. I love it.
I cook a lot.
So I know Justin is, that act of service, giving, because it takes time and love, and that ahava love, just cooking with love and joy and all of that. That's a huge act of service and a gift to really prepare things for your family. So Deandra, what's your love language?
I would say I was more in your realm, like, tell me you love me and, talk to me and, but we found that, we both kind of dabbled in touch together, and just like those hugs, because to be honest, after so long and the kids are running out, so busy, you forget to just give that kiss, you forget to give that hug, and and it's not because you don't want to, it's because that everyday life, that come on, we're late, let's go. So what we learned that we have to do is touch each other, and that's throughout the day, because at night we know how much we love to touch each other. So if we know how good we feel then, imagine if we just started to implement it throughout the day, and it's like things like that.
And I believe that it's more about the partner's language more than yours. You have to adjust to their language.
That's right.
That's when the effort, and that's when the work, and that's when good things come out of that. It's not easy to step out of your way of thinking into someone else's, but it's appreciated definitely when you go that extra mile. I can plug there's an app called Nudge, and check out this app, and it'll assess your language and your partner's language, and kind of reminds you to do those things throughout the day. So
it's a really cool app. You know, you answer all the questions, and what it does is, you know, it will tell your partner, hey, tell them you love them. Go give your, or if it's touch, go give your partner a hug, or have you hugged your partner today, or, you know, have you did a nice gesture, or, you know, just all those things. Have you written your partner a love note? You know, just so many different things that it'll remind you. So that's a great one, man.
Let me go download this app real quick.
Yeah, that's an awesome one.
It's called Nudge. Okay.
Justin found that one. And he found that when we were in our devotionals, and when we found out that we needed to know each other's love language, we needed to know how to go deeper and really make the other one happy internally.
I love it. I love it. Now, I used to, hopefully my other brother don't get mad at me for saying this. It's called Love Nudge, right? It's purple.
Yes.
Yep, that's it.
Love Nudge, guys. Now, my other brother, he would actually put alarms in his phone that say, text my wife, I love her. Not that he didn't, just like this app, but he would do it manually. And he would,
okay.
Hey, babe, I love you. Because, sometimes you get so involved with work and the kids. And like you said, it's not that you don't want to show that person love in their love language. You don't want to offer them love in their love language so that they can receive it as love. Sometimes, like you said, we just get busy with kids and everything like that. But I thought it was really cool that he would set those reminders in his phone throughout the day, like text my wife. Now, I wanted to touch on love languages before we jumped into respect for men, because I think it's important for you to know your spouse's love language, even when it comes to showing men respect. Because you need to be able to communicate in your spouse's love language. As one of the things you have to do is know their language. Yeah, you got to learn a different language. Yeah, it's probably not going to be like yours. I'll give you guys an example. So, like I told you guys, one of Marcus' things he does acts of service, and he loves gifts. Like, that's his love language. And very on in our relationship, I think it was even before we got married, I realized that he likes shoes. So Marcus has always been a sneakerhead, and he wanted these cool gray J's. And y'all know he's not a small guy, so they were like size 13 cool gray J's. And he just mentioned it. And so I just brought up the notes on my phone and I just typed it in. I know nothing about no J's, no nothing. I was like, cool gray Jordan. I'm like, I don't. Anywho, so I found these shoes and I gave him these shoes for his birthday one year. And I want to say it was like maybe a couple months earlier that he had just mentioned. And I gave him the shoes, and I was like, and he was just so overwhelmed. Like, how you get these shoes? Like, I couldn't get these shoes. Like, where you get the money from? Because y'all, we were broke, living in like a 2-bedroom apartment. It was like 15 of us. I'm lying. It wasn't 15, but it was close to 50. It felt like 15 people in that 2-bedroom apartment, y'all. Off Gessner in the hood, y'all. It was bananas. He like, where you get this money from? It was bananas. But my silly self, because I was still carrying so much masculine energy, I did not understand. I didn't connect the dots that was his love language. Because everywhere we moved, he would sell shoes. He would sell shoes. He would, everywhere we moved, he took those shoes. He would not get rid of those shoes. And sometimes I would just see him holding those, like, in the room holding those shoes. Like, this dude is
it's like he really wanted those shoes. Okay.
Right, but I didn't realize he was like Flower. He's like, yo, silly self. He's like, it wasn't the shoes, it was the fact that you got them for me.
You were listening.
Like,
yeah.
I was like, really? Like, they was just
like, I thought you was just obsessed with shoes.
Yeah. That's how they look. And it's like the people, I mean, they look good on him, but he would like clean these shoes. He'll get the gel bottoms all back jelly and clear and everything. And he would not, and I really thought that he was just obsessed with the shoes, but it was just the appreciation of the gift. And it took me years to make that connection. So I'm encouraging you guys, don't really take time to step back and understand your spouse's love language. Because if that's the case, I would have been, making notes in my phone forever. Oh, you want this?
Right.
And just getting it. But it took me a very long time. And we actually got into a huge argument after he had bought me something. And I'm like, I don't want another purse. Like, I don't. And he's like, I'm spending all my money. But then he realized that it wasn't about the gifts for me. Yeah.
Right. That wasn't your love language. Like the gifts didn't mean anything. Yeah.
Exactly. And he's like, I didn't spend $400 on this purse. I'm like, I like it. But I would rather we have some private time, some cuddle time, whispering sweet nothings in each. I'm like, that's the stuff I like. And it really took him a long time to really connect with that.
Mm-hmm.
But let's man, this hour is going to go fast. But let's pivot over to respect. So Jay, from a man's perspective, I want to know what y'all girls. Wait, we in the middle of the show. We almost done, y'all. We almost done. Hold on. I'm gonna give you your mama and your daddy back. Yeah, y'all don't have school tomorrow, so y'all good. Both of y'all giving them the eye. You a mom and daddy when you like give them.
You don't get your ass.
Your earth. But Jay, I want to know what are 3 things, and I'm just not saying for your wife, because I know you and other men talk. I know you and your brothers in talk, and just everything. You and other married men have talked. What are 3 things that you think women do to disrespect their husbands? And we just put a disclaimer out there, Saints. He's not saying that DeAndre has done this. We just saying from a man's perspective, what are 3 things that women do to really disrespect their husbands?
Well, for one, I think it's I don't want to say it's their action. It's not disrespect if you don't know you're doing it. So I can't put the blame on my sisters and my women because maybe they don't know.
Yeah. What's your 3? What's your 3?
But
the internet don't want me to be great.
It doesn't.
The internet knows Justin is about to drop some nuggets of wisdom. All right, Jay. So disclaimer. And Jay, I want you to cookie. I don't want you to cover it with sugar and sprinkles. I just want you to give it to us raw and uncut. Because you're right. We may not even know that it's disrespectful. But I want to know, what do women do to disrespect their husband? Yeah, we may not know, but what are things that we do that you guys receive as disrespect?
Well, a woman wants to feel like she is the queen of the world, and that's natural, and that's understandable. And she wants to look beautiful. A woman wants to look beautiful, not just for her husband, for everybody, for herself, But a husband might take that as being disrespectful if a woman might wear some nice fitting clothes or something of that nature and go out to show all these guys, your pies and your cakes when the brother thought that was for him,
right?
But
playground. But she's inviting everybody else to the playground.
It's for him, but it ain't for him. It was made to be wonderful with or without you.
That's good.
So that's one thing that the guys need to understand.
That's good, Jay. Y'all heard that? Hold on, Jay. Did y'all hear that? So one thing that we do is we share the playground with the world. It's supposed to be VIP access. It's supposed to be one admission only, but we advertising to the whole world. And you know what? Marcus took me out to. We haven't been to Papados in forever, so we went to Papados for my belated. When he came back in town for my birthday, and just so happened there was this couple at the bar. So we're in the booth, couple right here at the bar, and she had all the cakes out, like all the yams, all the hams, like the whole buffet playground. And Marcus is like, I say, babe, watch his. I'm like, when she gets up, one or two things is going to happen. He's either going to, if he turns around, that means that he encourages her to share the playground. He wants to see what other guys are watching her. If he don't turn around, she doing that ish on her own.
Yeah.
Right? And it's disrespectful because Marcus is like, I'm like, you got to beg me to show a little bit extra. Do you honestly think I'm going to come out the house looking like that? But that's a great point, Jay. What's number 2?
Number 2, that a guy can feel disrespected. Well,
I want to hear it.
Well, women are very versatile. Y'all have a wide dynamic of thinking. Let's say, I guess it's easy to say, when men, we focus on one box, but women, y'all got about 8-9 boxes going on that y'all focused on, So when throughout the day, y'all got to put your attention into each one of these different boxes. You know what I'm saying? Is the husband in every box?
No.
Does he even have a box?
Does he have a
box? Come on, Jay.
Does he?
Come on.
Because if not, I'm feeling disrespect.
Come on, Jay. You helping people tonight.
I'm gonna need my box.
Love language.
And guess what? I'm gonna need my box a little bigger than the other boxes you got.
That's good.
And these, come on, let's take care of my box, because the spouses, we in our one box.
Yeah.
Give me a box. So that's how God can feel disrespectful.
Ooh, Jay, boy.
You blessing people tonight, boy.
You helping me. Somebody gonna stay together. What's that life song? Let's stay together. Don't do it for the kids.
Don't do it for the kids.
But Jay, you are so right. And I was guilty because Marcus would be constantly thinking of like, oh baby, I thought of you and I did this. I thought of you about you and I did this, or I got this. And I'm like, dang, I'm slipping because I'm so focused on work, the kids, business, and it's like, how much time am I intentionally loving and respecting my husband each day? And then, I would come to bed tired. Like, I don't want to talk. Let me turn over.
I just want to pass out.
Like, I'm ready to go to sleep. And he was like, you give everybody your best, but I get the leftover if there's anything left of you. So I had to come
Come on, say that one more time, Flower, for the people in the back.
My husband told me, you give everybody your best. And he was like, I get the leftovers if there's anything left. And he's like, I'm the one that gotta console you when you having a bad day. I'm the one that gotta hear about it. I'm the shoulder you gotta cry on, but I get nothing.
That's good.
Jay. All right, Jay, what's number 3?
Come on.
Well, you touched on 3. You touched on 3 how God can feel disrespect. Now, I can understand the tiredness, because y'all done dealt with all these boxes all day. So now you're tired, and come home, come to bed, and it's time again. We about to turn up, we getting together, we getting intimate. So, but I can, the woman might not feel that way at that time. Because one of her boxes might have taken something out of that box.
I love it.
All right. He talking about me with this one, slightly, because it is very hard. It's hard to
bring your best at the end of the day.
Your best, but you know what? When we started to remember the love language and me knowing that I have to touch him. I have to show him that he's desired and that, he's the person that, I want to just put all my love on, so for sure I can definitely understand that one. I'm sure that one is so very common you know, especially when you're married and you're with not so much dating, you know, because on a date, you know, you're a little bit more sprucey, you know, and you gonna make sure you get that time in. But on that day-to-day, just tired for sure. And it happens vice versa. But we're always respecting men tonight, so you know we ain't gonna take it.
Talk about loving women.
That's how you can be disrespected.
Yeah.
But we need something. You know what I'm saying? See what that damn like. See what that like.
I love it.
But yeah, no, something, you know, some type of effort, you know, is necessary.
It's vital to your marriage, especially, you know, if you don't want him to go out and look for that fulfillment elsewhere, because that's one of the main things where we hear, like, he feels like he wasn't being respected at home. He feels like he wasn't needed at home. He felt like somebody actually paid attention to him and listened to him, you know. And ladies, we don't want that. We want our husbands to feel respected. We want them to feel needed, and we want them to feel like their needs are important to us. That's part of respecting them, you know. And it was, again, I didn't been down that road. And, you know, and Mr. Marcus had to tap me on the shoulder. You know, we had to have a little conversation. But you know, that conversation actually shed so much light on our marriage, because I told him, well, I'm feeling some type of way because I have to come home and I got to clock in. When you come home and you digress and you relax. So in order to make sure that I leave some for you, I need a little bit of help when I come home from work. It'll be different if I didn't work outside the household. If I didn't, you know, have a 9 to 5 like you do. But when he started helping me more with the kids or with dinner or even just little things to just free up some of my time, he saw a big difference. But I would have never had that conversation with him if he wouldn't have felt how he was feeling. Like Jay said, we need some. If he didn't have the courage to be like, babe, what's going on? And I told him some. But Jay, you brought up some huge things. Dee, do you want to add anything?
You got some more? You got some more on your list?
No, I got one thing. What about words? Like, what about, because I know that, you know, sometimes as women we can be very keen with our words. So
words can be really a person can be so disrespectful, especially if they're going through a bad day. You know, it's so many ways like a person can just snap or be a little bit, you know, on edge. But I will say that's where the communication comes in. Sometimes that's just human nature. That's just life. And you got to be like, and then that's when you go to that love language. You remind them, come here, baby. You know, like, give them a kiss. You know, like, come here. I'm so sorry. What's going on today? I'm like, you're not acting yourself. What's up?
Right.
You know, and then that allows them to maybe get something off their chest or say, you know, or whatever. And then it's like, oh, okay. So you go do this and I'll handle this. I'll finish up. You just go and just go take a deep breath. So in those moments, just remembering, like, no matter what, communicating. And, you know, especially when you see them acting out of the norm. You know, I feel like we have so much mental health problems going on right now. And I really feel like it's just what we're breathing in, what we're eating, the atmosphere and the energy, how we have to make sure that we kind of recalibrate all the time now and go back to center, like, and weekly, daily, more than ever, because our mental health is such a state, especially like with COVID and going through the pandemic and seeing so much death and things like that. You know, you get sad and you don't know why you're sad. You could be sad from the world, and you don't even know you're bringing
that home
into the household. So then that's like when you gotta like check on them. You know, I try like when Jay comes home or anything.
Like, like boxes, right, Didi? You gotta what's
you gotta do those, but like, are you good? You know, are you straight? I was your day. You know, so what can I do to help you or make your day better, and vice versa? You know, one thing that Justin has always been help me around the house and with the kids. I can say that he's always, you know, even if it was dinner, because like he said, that's his love language. He'll feed his family, you know. So even it's freed me up in so many ways to do things. So I am blessed for that, because he's always bottles, babies, late at night. You sleep, I'll get up.
Beautiful, Lord.
Because you know, I know some women who the husband puts the entire baby on them. I have to go to work.
It's a lot.
Know, and you handle that. You get up in the middle of the night.
Right.
And, you know, to have someone who's so attentive to the house and to the children, that's been one of the good things that we have had. So I'm really blessed for that. So I'm grateful for that, honey. I am.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Scott. Like Scott, this hour has gone by so freaking fast. Oh my gosh.
That's it's great. Thank you for having us.
You are welcome. Y'all go back and watch the replay. Deandra, Justin have, you know, really blessed us tonight with the Beyond the Vowz family, guys. Justin dropped a whole bunch of nuggets. So I hope y'all took copious notes tonight, because he was been like, y'all better go. You better understand the boxes. If you don't want to go back and watch the replay, make sure your husband has a box and it's not the smallest box on the table. Hallelujah.
Come on, box. Yes.
All right, y'all. I love you guys so much.
Love you.
Love you. Thank you so much. Brother Marcus, we miss you. We'll see you next week.
Brother Mark, I know you would have had some good things to say, brother. So you were missed tonight. We missed talking to you tonight, but we know you are holding it down for your family, as you always have. So we salute you, brother, for always holding down your family.
Yes, we miss you, babe. And guys, uncommon faith. Beyond the Vowz. Don't judge.
It's because I'm here. I know.
That's right. All under the same. But guys, remember. Never ever settle. Always take it to the next level. Peace. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.